Hello, y'all. How y'all doing? I'm here. Up late as all outdoors. My sleep schedule has been thrown off due to recent events, but interesting things. I popped into this Discord server I'm a member of. Oh, one moment. Well, just about to talk about the Discord server, and the guy messaged me back. I heard this guy on this Discord server talking. Apparently, this server is called Flat Earth Debate and More. And apparently, this dude is a Flat Earth believer. And I heard him talking to somebody about his perspective and beliefs. And apparently, he lives in his car, or actually other people's cars, opening up people's doors and sleeping in their cars. Um, I hear him talking to somebody about flat Earth, and somebody's trying to give him some basic logic and reason, and he's basically coming up with the it seems to be the general standard flat Earth um, rebuttals. And it really. So I thought I'm up late. Don't feel like going to sleep. How am I having to talk with this guy? And but I'm thinking I don't want to just start streaming on the whole Discord server. I don't know who else is there. May not want to be recorded if they talk, or just I don't know. Just seemed better just to come on and hang out. Um, so I asked him. Basically he was talking to the guy he was talking to. Sort of just stopped talking. I guess he left or something. And so I told him. I said, hey, I'll talk with you. I said, give me a moment. Let me invite you to my hangout or whatever. He's asking me, do we need to give me his social security number and stuff like that? And uh, like, no, it's just a link, or you can dial in on your phone number. And the dude starts to accuse me of being a shield. Are you a shield? Are you trying to, what car I'm in when you want to come here? I'm like, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure if this guy is joking or not. He sounded kind of serious. I asked him, "Are you joking? Are you serious?" Um, like I want to have a serious conversation, and basically he says, "Oh, let's be serious," and he starts saying some other stuff, but he still doesn't sound so serious. Um, but what are you saying? I'm asking, are you serious or not? He's like, "Don't you know that there's shills on the internet?" And he's talking to people in the background, or otherwise in the chat, saying, he could be, if he's not really one, maybe he's trying to audition and show us what you can do. And it reminds me of something on one of the recent shows I did. Um, some of the guys in the chat told me about this Netflix documentary called Behind the Curve. So let me show this brief part of Behind the Curve. Hopefully it doesn't get a strike. But if so, I could just block out that part of the video or something. But let me see how this might work here. This is of course for commentary purposes because it seems to relate directly this guy's deal. Okay, boom. So let's check this out really fast.
A funny thing is that I'm a conspiracy realist, but there's conspiracies about me.
I look at episode 54 of Patricia Steer. These people I hired by section heads and supervisors in supervisor roles at NASA, the NSA, the FBI, the CIA. These aren't regular people.
It started off with me being called a shill, as if I'm doing this for money. And then I was called a flat earth honeypot, to bring men into flat earth and then steer them the wrong way because my last name is Steer.
So what Patricia does is she's so pretty. All these guys. But that's a part of the lure of narcissistic, psychopathic women.
I never thought that the name Patricia, which is my first name, would be spun into the fact that the last 3 letters are CIA in the word Patricia, which means I'm in the CIA. Because the government would be that dumb. But okay, if people want to believe it. Other things that have been said, that I'm a reptilian and people see my eyes shape shift while I'm on YouTube, that I drink blood. The most recent one is that I'm transgender.
I mean, I even threw up a question one day, what's up with Patricia Steer, you know? Because I don't know, but I don't know.
Now, the thing about all of these things is I can't prove any of it wrong. I could and have shown people my birth certificate, my driver's license, photos of myself as a child, and they'll say, well, if you're CIA, all of that stuff can be constructed. People will still say you don't have a real family, that you don't have a brother and sister. There's nothing that I can do. So, anybody can believe whatever they want to believe about me, but I wonder if in their hearts, people who do that know they're lying, or are they so conspiratorial that they actually believe it? Then it makes me worry about maybe things I believe in. Am I like another version of them? But I know I'm not.
So this is the point. So here we have a flat earth believer in this Patricia Steele, who is trying to present facts and evidence to flat earth believers. And lo and behold, she's finding that is impossible. Hey, what's going on, Gentleys? You wanting to join, Gentleys? The link is in the description if you are. Actually, I don't think I'm in a hangout myself, am I? I'll join the hangout now. But so I find it interesting that you have this flat earth believer trying to present evidence to flat earth believers and finding out it's impossible, that they just won't accept the evidence. There's no amount of evidence she can give that will possibly convince them, right? But then she considers her own position and how just like how they're ignoring the facts when it comes to her, how she could be ignoring the facts with things she believes. But just like the flat earthers that she tried to present evidence to, she just shrugged away even the possibility, and she just knows that it relates to those people, but not to her. If it relates to those people, because as she said, they might really be lying. So here we go with this Stiggy guy. Is he lying? Is he just trolling? Or does he really believe or have a fear that I could have been a shield trying to get his what car he's snuck in, whoever's car door, whoever left their car door unlocked and he opened their door and sleeping in their car. Um, it's crazy. Um, no problem, gentleys. Well, glad I could provide you some entertainment while you're on the way to get the kids to school. But yeah, uh, it's crazy. Um, and I heard him talking about how he, uh, leaves things in people's cars when he finds a car with the door unlocked. And he opens up the door and sits in there, sleeps in there, what have you. And he might leave something the next day or leave some food there for them, as if, you know, first of all, I wouldn't want anybody sleeping in my car without my permission, just because I forgot to lock the door. And secondly, I wouldn't eat food that some random person who slept in my car without my permission left there. But I guess you could say it's a nice gesture. Um, but but finally, when I was bringing up the Discord server to get the name of the Discord server to talk about it, because at first I had IM him the link to join the server, thinking like anybody else, it wouldn't be a problem. I'll give you the link and you just click the link and we start talking. But then when he started going on about the shield stuff, I'm thinking, dude, you already know when you talk to a flat earth person, they're far gone. But I'm like, this dude, he just must be way too far gone. And I'm here wasting time basically because I'm just up. But I mean, there's wasting time, and then there's wasting time. like, but then I go there and he sent me a message, hey boo. So I'm like, so I asked him, what, you want to talk now? But I guess he's away. He didn't respond, so he's throwing away. Um, but I'm really wondering how it could possibly be a productive conversation, similar to what Patricia Steele was saying. You know, all the evidence she presents to these flat earth people who claim she's a honeypot or a shield or whatever. There's nothing she could possibly show them, even though for them to any evidence she shows, they just pull it into their delusion. But of course, it makes her question briefly her position and her beliefs, but just as quickly she just dismisses it and she just knows it doesn't relate to her. When obviously all of us who understand that the globe is a globe knows it relates directly to her. So it's amazing, man. I'm thankful to be aware of the flat earth people so that I can just be aware of the power of delusion and ignorance. Question your thoughts and beliefs. Make sure it's based on evidence. And of course, I have some things that people don't accept, like out-of-body experiences and uh, uh, I don't know what the quiet term would be, but you know, universal consciousness experiences, cosmic consciousness experiences. Uh, Thankfully, I based those things on tests and experiments I did, but I'm learning that I should do more tests. I think I've done enough to prove it to myself, but yeah, I need to do more. I need to motivate myself to practice again so I could do even more. Bring it to like the mainstream science level of repeatable experiments. Repeatability. So interesting, man. But while I'm up, I might check the server and see if somebody else wants to talk. What I'll do is mute the sound except for my side momentarily, and I'll see if any other flat earther wants to come on and talk. So I'm asking right now. I'm asking in the chat if any flat earth believer wants to come on my show and talk. All right, so nobody responded to the text. Somebody's talking about something or other in the voice chat. Uh, I could see if I could find a moment to interject and see if one of them wants to come and talk. So right now they're talking about uh, backing pants, stuff like that. Excuse me, y'all. Can you hear me? Is any flat earth believer want to come on my show and talk right now? Well, we'll talk the shape of the earth and things like that. Well, right now it's just me, so it'll be me and whoever it is. That's my name, Darryl Lee Berry Jr. Hmm. No, I recognize the Earth as a globe. I was just looking for a flat Earth person to talk to. I was trying to talk to Stiggy earlier, but he started going into this whole, you know, shield and stuff kind of rant or whatever. So I was like, dude. So, but I'm like stuck. Ah, coolness. No problem. Well, maybe next time. No, I mean maybe next time for somebody else who wants to join because nobody's here right now. No problem. You have a nice one. So it looks like nobody's interested at the moment or on right now. So cool. But I was gonna talk to the Stiggy guy, but uh, I called that a lost cause. When he started messaging me, uh, I thought, well, perhaps I could check it out, but he's AFK. But yeah, watch it. Evidence. Um, it's amazing that these people believe that uh, NASA people, whoever, are so interested in them. Uh, Crazy. I think that's part of the impetus to make themselves right. Like if NASA or some government agency would take the time to send some secret agent to try to find out where they are and who they are, would sort of give credence to their position by believing that, you know. Just like they have to believe there's some kind of big conspiracy to believe the Earth is flat, because otherwise, what are they going to do with the pictures from space? So it seems like it's part of the self-corrective dynamic to keep the belief intact. You know, obviously what we have is good and important because they're spying on us and sending these shills, even to the point of calling their own flat Earth believers shills, like Patricia Steer, their own community members who believe in the flat Earth wholeheartedly. Documentary yesterday, hop onto this little um, Discord channel, and within 10 seconds, this guy is calling me a shill. It's so funny. So that's what we're dealing with. I guess what we're dealing with. I mean, that's what we're dealing with if we try to take the position of trying to educate these people, or you know, make them somehow uh, get reason. Um, Perhaps it's just a lost cause. Um, but cool. So I'll probably go ahead and end. I'll take another look around and see if there's somebody who wants to come talk somewhere else. And I might log off. Maybe look at uh, interesting. This guy's talking about Wikipedia. So there's this debate that's supposed to be going on, this 3-day debate, and it was asking for judges and participants and stuff. I told them I'll be a judge, and they linked me the rules. And I was noticing that they're using Wikipedia as a source. So I was like, and it was asking for ideas for improvement. So I told them, look, Wikipedia is not a good source. Um, Go to the actual scientific books or journals, the actual sources. Apparently, they're going to, the person, I guess, who's over it decided that they're going to use Wikipedia only if the source that they have for their claim isn't quoted. Then Wikipedia is going to be a backup, which kind of tells me Wikipedia is going to end up always being used because, I mean, when have you seen a flat earther with a good source? The few that do have some kind of valid reference, they misquoted or cherry pick it to oblivion, but I guess some of them do have sources that they're just misuse. But it seems like it'll be a constant effort of finding legitimate sources to justify whatever Wikipedia stuff is pulled up. But I guess maybe we're talking about stuff like outer space or something. I pulled up an article quickly on the Himawari satellite, and it pointed out that the satellite caught an image of an explosion, some big explosion that happened somewhere. I thought that was pretty interesting. So I figure maybe I might have legitimate information about the shape of Earth type stuff, but yeah, just we'll see. We're checking out, I guess. So cool, Gentleys. Thanks for joining and saying hi for a second. That's my little spiel. Oh, and I forgot to change my title. Change my title real fast on my stream text inside. Might see if I can give it one more little try for a flat earther to discuss. So, just the accurate title right there. Brief talk with Stiggy and F at Delusions. Alright, y'all. I'll see y'all, if not before, Saturday for the debate between Sean Hawkins and SC Montreal. And if a flat earth person later, if I end up still not going to sleep, ends up wanting to talk or debate or what have you, I may be back. So be on the lookout.